Welcome to, or welcome back to Watch the Ads, whichever one it may be. I'm just standing there wondering, right, when you go on and you start thinking you're going to build a van, you start having a look around, you start looking at all the YouTube channels. I've been watching thousands of them, not going to lie. How the hell do they manage to keep everything in order? This is what I want to know. Stuff everywhere, bits and pieces. I guess that's part and parcel of it, but anyway, a couple of things have had to change. The T4 failed the MOT, needs a load of welding. Things have slowed down due to not being able to sell the T4 at the moment, but that doesn't mean they've stopped. I've had to make a few minor adjustments. I did plan on having a shower in my van. That's not going to happen for a minute now. I'm going to leave the space for a shower, and I'm going to put one in at a later date. I'm not planning on going a million miles away from a bath or a shower or the capabilities of having one. I still gym memberships and things like that. Also a fixed hob. I will be fixing a hob in, but these things I don't really need straight away because I do have a really good camping stove. What I want to proper focus on at the moment is just literally just getting the van into a situation where I can take it away and do stuff. Spearfishing season's back on. I want to get down by the sea again. I want to be doing a few bits and pieces, and I can't while I'm trying to sort of get all of this done. So I'm going to hurry things along a little bit. All of these things that I'm compromising on now can be changed in the future. But the things I don't want to compromise on is the infrastructure. So when it comes to the insulation, when it comes to the wiring, the only compromise I'm making there is that I'm doing it. So I'm probably going to make some mistakes. But I've started running in the wiring for the lights. I'm going to have the lights, I'm going to have 4 12-volt lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, on 2 separate switches. Now the switches I'm going to use, you know, everybody uses them. They're very standard. But absolutely, I'm going to use one of these. I don't know if you can see that. It was about 20 quid on eBay or Amazon. They sell them everywhere. And the reason I'm going to just go for that is because, again, it's something that can be changed in the future, but I've got to keep it simple. I've got to keep it easy. These are already pre-wired, pre-fused and everything. So that makes it a hell of a lot easier for me. Today, what I'm going to be doing, to the best of my ability, I need to get the ceiling up. I actually did have, on the ceiling, I did have this foam insulation. I did have that on the ceiling, as you can probably tell. But it was a mistake. It was too thick. When you pushed it up against, it's a bit dark in here, isn't it? I do apologise for that. But when you push the boards up against it, it just squashed it up too much. So I bought some more PIR, whatever it's called, Recticel, whatever the hell you want to call it. So 25 mil of that. So I'm going to put that up now. Just means I've got to measure out for where the lights are going to go finally, so that I can run the wire through that. So yeah, that's my mission today. I've got some flooring. I'll show you the flooring and all of that another time, but this one was just specifically to show you what I was doing with the ceiling. Now what I've got is these little doofos. I've seen them on a few things. Greg uses them on his, but they're called, I think they're called stick pins, and they're pins that stick. They're absolutely brilliant. I don't know if I've overkilled with mine, I'm not sure, but yeah, you whack them on and then you get these little washer plate things. You push that over and it grips it shut. So I'm gonna have a go at doing some of that now, because the sooner I can get the ceiling up, the sooner I can get rid of most of this PIR board out of, I think, is it PIR? Recticel, insulation board. The sooner I can get rid of that, because it's in the bloody way all the frigging time, so I can get rid of that and I can start planning out and plotting out what's going on the floor, measure out for where the bed's going to go, and then yeah, and then I'll show you the floor. I was very pleased with the floor. I bought the vinyl for that now, but anyway, I digress. Stick pins, some of that. Let's give it a little go. This is one of those voiceovery bits that I should probably write down something before I even press record, but I haven't. So let's just go for it. I ran out of battery at the end of this bit. We'll have to do time-lapsey bits. That's on me, full disclosure. Didn't charge any more batteries, but it's been a long day at work. That's my excuse. I'm going to stick to it. Working with this insulation board can be a pain in the backside. I found the best way for me was just a Stanley knife and snap it, cut down through. As long as you measure it up properly, it should be quite easy. The stick pins were absolutely fantastic. What I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description if I remember, because they were bloody brilliant. There is a cost to them. I think it's about 14-15 quid or something like that, but for the time and effort that it saved, just to be able to slide that whole board over those pins, push the little washery parts over it, just push it home, absolutely brilliant. Went round afterwards, taped up the gaps. Any big gaps I put some expanding foam in, but you don't see any of that because, like I said, didn't charge any batteries, rookie mistake. But yeah, so that was fitting the ceiling. It went a lot more smoothly than I thought, and so yeah, cue the next morning when I've done some other bits and pieces. Another day, another time of getting everything out of the bloody van. I've got the ceiling insulation in, as I showed you. That was pretty good. Those stick pin things are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Made it a hell of a lot easier. I didn't do a very good job with the edges, but what I've done is put some expanding foam, which has been my friend on pretty much everything at the moment. Just finishing off this floor. This hardwood's just to stop me standing all over everything. The floor's going in today, the vinyl. I'm very lucky. A friend of mine actually fits vinyl flooring. Well, he fits flooring for a living, so he's very kindly offered to do that for me. I'm just finishing off around the edges here. I'm just gonna tidy everything up and try and get it as flush as I can. I've got to secure these bits back here down. Yeah, it should start looking a little bit different. What I'm going to do, I accidentally bought this hardwood because I was going to use that to top the floor off, and then somebody advised me that was a bad idea because it's actually quite porous if anything does get on it. So I ended up with 3 sheets of that for nothing, but well, not for nothing, but with no use. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down a little bit. When the vinyl's in, I'm just going to put it on the floor to walk around on that while I'm still working on it. But once the vinyl's in today, I can start jumping on a little bit with it, to be honest. Like I think I said before in this video, it's really good. YouTube is fantastic for watching and trying to get an idea of how everybody else is doing and what they're doing and how to do the bits and pieces. But until you do it yourself, you don't really realise how many fiddly little intricate bits there are. So 100% advise watching as many YouTube videos as you can. It's a very daunting thing. It's got to this stage now and it's like a lot. It's a lot to take in, but I think I got a plan, which I didn't have before. Also, make a plan. That's probably the only advice that I can give, because I'm not very. This isn't about advice. This channel. This is about just showing you that if I can do it, you can do it. But yeah, make a plan. Make a plan first. Like I said, the shower's not going in for a minute now, due to the T4 not. But do you know what? I really miss the T4. Just while I'm on it, I do really miss the T4. I keep having to get stuff out of it and move it around the car park and things like that, and yeah, I really miss it. Whoever gets that T4 is going to be a very lucky person. But you know, when this is finished, I'll be a very lucky person too. So after I vapor barriered, I'm going to fit the units in, and then I'm going to clad around that and put the false backs into all of the units, purely because weight. I think that's what I'm thinking so far anyway. But the way things have been going, I'll probably change my mind at some point, but so far that's what I'm doing. Not gonna lie, I'm a lucky person. My mate is like I said, he fits floors for a living, so he's come up and made sure that I've got everything as flat as I can. He's bounced it all in with this cool mallet, hammer, pin, stapler, machine gun thing. Don't know what it is, but it's sick. I loved it. So that's all flat as it can be now. He's even gone through with some compound to do all of the joints up, make sure that everything's going to stay as one piece. Just letting that go off. Gonna have something to eat. Yeah, buzzing. Gonna look a bit different in a minute. Once that's in, I can start doing some stuff. So yeah, massive shout out, Liam, legend, absolute gift. So yeah, that's happening. Okay, so I'm probably supposed to go. I could have fitted this myself, or I bought it with the intention of fitting it. I did buy it with the intention of fitting it, to be fair, but there's absolutely no way that I would have fitted it anywhere close to what the professional did. So Liam, massive thank you. It looks amazing. I was a bit nervous about fitting it, which is probably why I went for the cheaper option on the liner, because I probably preempted that I was going to balls it up somehow. But actually it turned out to be a happy accident. The liner that I got that's absolutely fine. I really like it, and I probably couldn't have chose a better one, so I'm glad that it was on half price, because that's the only reason I picked it. But yeah, massive shout out to Liam. Massive gratitude. It was really good of him. And yeah, so now I've got an absolutely fantastic looking floor. Cheers, mate. It's almost a shame to cover it up. Absolutely brilliant. It's kind of almost a shame to build stuff in here now, because this floor looks, it looks amazing. He's done such a good job. It's a job that I was going to attempt on my own, and when he offered to do it, obviously I jumped at the chance. I would never have been able to cut it all in, literally up to the edges everywhere, like he has. It's absolutely brilliant. Oh, it looks amazing. Actually looks like something's happening in here now, which I'm really pleased about. It's I wasn't worried about the vinyl, but I did just go for the cheapest one, if I'm being honest. It was I think it was £3.99 per square metre, £3.99 per square yard, so it was about £4 odd per square metre. And I looked at it on the roll, we looked at it, and I said, do you know what, let's go for that. Might as well go for that. And it was literally because it was cheap, and it actually looks really nice. It looks really good. So yeah, genuinely over the moon with that. Okay, right, almost don't want to walk in there with dirty feet. Chuck some bits of wood in there, I think. Okay, let's have a little look. Right, so now that this wonderful floor, genuinely chirping with that, absolutely buzzing about it. I need to start getting some framework down sooner rather than later. Got to frame this window up. I have to frame up where the bed's going to go, which is now 150 from the back, because it's going to be a double bed, king size bed, because I've got a mattress for free, so I've got to squeeze an extra 10 centimeters in. But for a free mattress, I think I can make that work, if I'm honest. I'm going to leave this video there now. The floor's in. I've run a load of wires. I've got a wire going for just about everything now, all the way down to where I need them. My fuse box is going to be there, switch panel's going to be there. Next thing I'll think about is putting some units in, and look at where the diesel heater is going to go. The diesel heater should arrive imminently. That'll be a whole nother video, because I've still got to figure out where it's going to go. Most of my units are going to be sat on framework on the floor, so I have to, excuse the mess, figure out where all the frames are going to go and all of that sort of thing. The bed's going to be a challenge, because I have to recess it back in. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that video there. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you want. Like I said, don't take any advice away, because that's not I'm the last person to be given advice. But you do take anything away from any of these videos, just know that if you're thinking of doing it, just go and do it, because you can. If I can, you definitely can. So yeah, cheers for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.